Why do we celebrate Remembrance Day? The government of Canada says we must remember. If we do not, the sacrifice of those 100,000 Canadian lives will be meaningless. Now, if that doesn't sound like some fear-mongering to me, they died for us, for their homes and families and friends, for a collection of traditions they cherished and a future they believed in. They died for Canada, the fictional corporation of Canada Incorporated. The meaning of their sacrifice rests with our collective national consciousness. Our future is their monument. This has really been something on my mind this past month, as we're only days away now to November 11th. It's funny how I heard this quote years and years and years ago. We don't live for the dead. We live for the living. We live for those who are still alive. How can we move forward when we're constantly stuck in the past? When we're constantly bombarded by 100-year-old history? When our focus remains in the past, we have an attachment to that. We can remember in many ways, but why does it have to be on the same day every year, where we all gather and cry together and mourn and moments of silence, rather than every day of the year celebrating where we are in this now-space? I'd like to know your thoughts. Do you still celebrate on November 11th? Celebrate? It's not even a celebration, it's a mourning. It holds a connection to the past, rather than moving forward and creating this new earth. Fathers, sons, daughters, sweethearts, they were killed in action. They were wounded, and thousands who returned were forced to live the rest of their lives with the physical and mental scars of war. The physical and mental scars of war. What does the Veterans Affairs, what does the Canadian government do for those who were forced, manipulated into this huge experiment over natural resources? How do they help to heal those wounds and scars? I have several friends who are vets. I've known many people who have gone overseas, Afghanistan, several tours. I've heard their stories. Those who have been experimented on with the malaria shots. Experimented on with different things I won't speak of. And those who have been attempting to receive help for PTSD, to receive help for physical long-term illness, and receive none. And when they actually receive anything, it's due to years of fighting just to receive those benefits. How is us celebrating something that we were manipulated into going and fighting and somebody else, fighting and killing a mass amount of people through a huge experiment just to claim power, resources over another? How is that moving us into this new earth with unconditional love? How is mourning what they claim is a sacrifice for our freedom? Freedom? How are we free living in a fictional no man's land that they've claimed and claim to own nature, and they claim to own waterfronts, and we can only do so many things wherever they say we can do it? How is that something that we should be celebrating? What they fought for. My grandparents went and fought in those wars. Traumatized. Coming out, being told that they have to pay income tax, but only for a year, only to recover from the war, which they're now continuing to manipulate you into paying on your wages. The only wage is sin. This year I'm not participating. I will not comply. I will not consent. They're laughing at us. They've been laughing at us for years. Yet for many of us, war is a phenomenon seen through the lens of a television camera or a journalist's account of fighting in distant parts of the world. Our closest physical and emotional experience may be the discovery of wartime memorabilia in a family attic. All physical holds attachments, holds spirits. Do you want to continue to keep the spirit of war in your home? Or forgiveness for our ancestors being manipulated into the Canadians who went off to war in distant lands went in the belief that the values and beliefs enjoyed by Canadians were being threatened. They went in with the belief. Where did they gain that belief from? How was that belief that war creates any type of resolve? How did they? Who told them that BS? The Canadian fictional corporation, who's claimed each tree, river, and rock on Turtle Island, on our entire Earth plane? That's who you believe? That's who you allow to form opinions in your life on how to live? Those who keep claiming that they fought for freedom over 100 years ago for you, yet you're still not free? You're still paying income tax on your wages? Yet when you actually need help, when you need, what do they call it? Employment insurance? When you get hurt, or when you can no longer work, No, I'm not talking disability benefit. I'm talking about the money that you paid out of your wages to income tax. In case you lost your job, they get to determine when I get my money? I freely gave that to them, yet they can tell me I don't qualify for the money they've been holding for me, even though I can't work? How is that free? Over 100 years ago, they want to keep you stuck. They want to keep you with an attachment through pulling on your heartstrings, through your herd mentality, making you believe that if you don't do it, that you're a bad person, that you're a bad man and you're a bad woman, and you better teach your child better. Because if you don't do as we tell you you need to, there are consequences. Because if you question our corporation, our corporate entity, we've got those men and women out there with 7 weapons on them to protect our corporation. I'm not participating anymore in that. I celebrate my ancestors in many ways, and going to mourn and cry with a whole bunch of people who have no idea why they're still there, just so that people can see them out there doing it, so they can be seen, so they can post a photo on Facebook and get some more likes. Gotta get those likes up. What do you value? Where are your values? By remembering their service and their sacrifice, we recognize the tradition of freedom these men and women fought to preserve. They believed that their actions in the present would make a significant difference for the future, but it is up to us to ensure that their dream of peace is realized. On Remembrance Day, we acknowledge the courage and sacrifice of those who served their country and acknowledge our responsibility to work for the peace they fought hard to achieve. And yet the peace that they fought hard to achieve holds no benefit to them. They talk a good game. They type some good words on the webpage. Veterans, Government of Canada webpage. How do they back up their words? Where's the conviction? Where's the volition in their words? It's not seen, it's not felt. My vet buddies who've served, they're not taken care of. Not by those who they fought for, not those who they signed a contract with. The devil lies. Comes dressed up all in his suit and his top hat, looks all prim and proper. Don't even worry about reading the small print, the fine print. Just sign on the dotted line. Sign your life away, and I collect the benefit. So whatever you choose to do, moving forward, when you choose to still go to the cenotaph on Saturday, be the observer. See what's happening around you. Decide whether that's really how you want to spend that time every year, or whether you want to celebrate your ancestors every single day. They'd be much more grateful for you moving forward in your life, growing and evolving rather than being stuck in the past. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm trying to give you a different perspective. I have a way of seeing things that not all are able to. And I pray that these words reach those who need them the most. You're moving forward in your life. May you do it with peace, joy, love, and light. And true, genuine forgiveness for yourself and for others, for anyone who has done you wrong, and for yourself for not knowing better at the time. We do the best we can with what we have, and as long as we learn the lessons, we're always winning. Mwah. Blessings to you all.